JoJo Siwa is worth millions, and here are 6 things she spends those millions on. Why? Because JoJo Siwa is a very special young lady, and she's created a look for herself that goes beyond the norm of some celebrities. After all, she's a singer, a dancer, a fashion icon for younger kids, an actor who does various roles, and much more. So allow us to show you a few of the things that we know she spends her money on. Number 6. Her first car. While we may not know exactly how she felt, we can bet that when she was 16 and was getting ready to get her first car, she was pretty excited, especially since she definitely had the money to go get something nice for herself. So when the time came, she went and bought a BMW. A very reliable brand, nothing wrong there, right? Except the paint job was absolutely terrible. Now, it's true that we can't confirm whether JoJo herself thought of this bright and downright cringe-worthy paint and logo job, but you have to think that she had a hand in it at some level, right? Well, how bad is it? Her face is on the hood, it's got streaks of color everywhere, and it's branded with her logo on the hood, the doors, and more. It is a walking billboard for JoJo. Not exactly the best look when it comes to being humble. Oh, but it gets better, because when pictures of it went onto Reddit and Instagram, people went nuts with how odd and weird it looks. Even Justin Bieber went onto Instagram and went, "Burn it." We know she has gotten other cars besides this, if for no other reason than for sanity's sake, but still, it was bad. And hopefully she learned a good lesson from this. Number 5. The JoJo Mansion. Next, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about her first official house. It's not really a shocker that she went and got herself a house, given the net worth that keeps growing, and when it comes to celebrity lives, one of the many things you do once you're rich is, well, you buy a house. And she bought her first mansion when she was 14. Anyway, this house purchase was indeed done at the ripe old age of 14, and it was spurred on by her growing celebrity. How so? Well, you see, she was raised in Omaha, Nebraska, which is a nice place in the middle of America, but not exactly the most hip or action-packed place ever. So when she got the money, she busted out to Los Angeles. Once she bought the mansion, she immediately went to work, filling it with items and things that were associated with one thing: her. No, really, she has posters all over the place of herself, and even a room full of the items that she has made as part of her toy line or makeup line. And if you want an even more in-depth tour of the house, you can go to her YouTube channel and look up the mini house tours that she's recorded. And trust me when I say there's a lot in there, which makes narrowing down a price kind of hard, but based on the Los Angeles area, the items we do see are likely the cost of renovation, so the total is probably about $2 to $3 million. Not bad for a 14-year-old at the time, right? Number 4. The claw machine. We know we were just in JoJo Siwa's home, but there's one item in particular in there that we need to talk about. You see, JoJo Siwa is a kid, and she littered her house with various things to make sure that she could have fun at the drop of a hat, or have something to do with her guests when they all arrived. So she went and had a custom claw machine made for her. The machine game is just like the one that you've played at many arcades throughout your life, including having all kinds of prizes in it. But the catch is that the prizes are all JoJo Siwa items, with a few random things thrown in just for good measure. She even has her own music playing as you play. JoJo does play it herself at times, but she mainly likes to have her guests play it when they come over, making it a kind of a rite of passage for themselves being there. And trust us when we say that she has had some famous guests come and play the game. She even had the daughter of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, North, come over one time as she babysat little North and played it. Oh, and if you're curious, yes, it has unlimited play, no quarters needed. So how much does it take to make a claw machine like this? $15,000. Number 3. Food. We hear what you're saying. Come on, man, a girl has to eat. And hey, you're absolutely right. It would be weird if JoJo Siwa didn't eat, but that's not what we're talking about here. As I'm sure you can attest to, a lot of people have certain items that they love to eat. And for JoJo, that would be sweets or snacks and nachos. Nice pair, don't you think? Let me break this down for you. In her house, yes, we're going back there again, she has a walk-in pantry, which is, somewhat standard in mansions like hers, full of food. The twist is that this pantry is full of candy, sweets, and other snacks for her to munch on at any point in time. And if that's still not enough for you, JoJo Siwa has her own personal nacho machine. Seriously, she has one place to keep her nachos hot, and then she has a cheese dispensary. And if you look close enough, you'll notice it's the same kind that you'll find in movie theaters and stadiums, which shows that it's not just a nacho machine, but a quality one. I mean, come on, would you want cheap nachos? That's what we thought. So how much does it cost for a machine like this? That would be around $2,000, if not more. Plus, she has to make sure she gets regular installments of nachos and cheese delivered to her place so she can continue to eat nachos. It's her life, we're not judging. Number 2, instruments. JoJo Siwa is a very talented musical artist. After all, while she does have a successful line of products, she mainly focuses on her music and singing when it comes to her main moneymaker. So it shouldn't be too much of a surprise to hear that JoJo has a ton of musical instruments lying around her house. To be clear, she doesn't have a music studio, but that's fine. She has plenty of rooms to play her instruments in. So what exactly does she have? Well, she has a keyboard that cost her around $500. She has a drum set that was also about that same price. And then the showstopper, she has a baby grand piano. Specifically, a Steinway & Sons baby grand piano. So why does that name matter? Well, that would be because the brand of piano is famous for quality. And because since that is the case, the piano is much more expensive. How much more? How about $75,000 at least? Yeah, I know that's a lot for a piano, but she does know how to play it, so it's better than the people who just buy a piano for a set piece. Number 1, girlfriends. Now this last one speaks to not just JoJo Siwa, but how she's evolved over the course of her life. Because at first, she was just bright and a colorful girl with bows. And trust us, she has bought a lot of bows for herself over the years too. But eventually, she became a much more important young lady in terms of who she really was. Because she eventually revealed that she was part of the LGBTQ+ community, and soon after that, she unveiled her first girlfriend. In fact, it was that girlfriend who helped convince JoJo to go and come out to the world, which turned many heads, needless to say. But as a good girlfriend, as she no doubt is, she has likely used her money to buy her partner gifts, even if it's just taking her on a trip or buying her a meal. And while she has had a set of partners since coming out, the first relationship ended amicably for the record, that doesn't mean she didn't treat each of them with love, affection, and gifts. And should she find the one, you can bet that there will be more gifts coming. So, what do you think? What do you think of this look at JoJo Siwa and what she has been known to spend her money on? Were you shocked when you heard some of these items? Do any of these items strike up your personal interest? What do you think JoJo is going to fancy as she gets a little bit older? Let us know in the comments below, and we will see you next time on the channel.